Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the link below. We're going to be working with tintable glazes.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified.
Today, I'm going to be working with tintable glazes. I've never used tintable glaze before. I've used glazes, not in general a fan, but I'm getting used to them. So I started using them on a more regular basis and I'm getting the point. My problem with glazes has always been that I paint something perfect and then I go make it dirty. It looks dirty to me. And it's just a different way of layering color. So I've had to come to terms with the fact that it's gonna look dirty. That's the point. And it's actually called, the tintable glazes used to be called scumble, which I don't know who thinks of these names, but it's terrible. But it means, if I remember correctly, when I researched, I do my research, missing paint or skipping paint or something like that, skipping color. So it's supposed to look broken up. And used to be these glazes were done on walls and things like that with rag rolling and dragging and a bunch of different techniques. Depending on the tools you're using, you get a different look. If you've ever seen the wood grain tool, that would be like with scumble and a different color. But today we are going to use Modern Masters. Modern Masters again. I love Modern Masters. Mostly I just love their colors, but they had a tintable glaze. And the thing is with this one, it says you cannot use paint to tint it. Which I went, what? I didn't know that. You have to use pigments. So it says, it can be tinted using standard universal colorants. Do not mix or tint glaze with paint because it makes it dry too fast. And if you're working with a glaze, you want it to be, malleable for a little bit of time. So I went to the artist store, Blick Art Supply, and I picked up some Pearl X pigments. These are powdered pigments called Pearl X. So I'll put all of the description in the description below. I'll put a list of everything I'm using today so that you can get them if you're interested. But I've got a flamingo pearl pigment that I'm going to be mixing with the tintable glaze, and I'm going to be using it on this lovely. This was a music cabinet that I decided to change into a nightstand. Somebody had already pulled the guts out. I picked it up at a garage sale years ago. I removed all the veneer. I added this piece on the top, and now it's getting a glaze. I'm gonna do a flamingo pink glaze on it, and hopefully it'll be the girliest thing anybody's ever seen in their whole life. But that's what we're doing today. So let's get to mixing. I have no idea how much of this goes into this to make a glaze, but we're gonna figure it out together. Okay, since I literally have no idea, I read the back. There's no description on how much of the glaze I should actually be using, but I want to fill up this container. And I asked my husband, who's actually a professional artist, how he mixes it. And he says what he does is he will fill it a quarter of the way, and then he'll take his pigments and he will put it on top of that and mix it first to see, kind of the consistency and color that he's looking for, and then he will fill up the container the rest of the way to lighten it. So you know what I mean, it's gonna lighten it up a little bit. So he mixes it just slightly darker than he wants, and then he fills it up the rest of the way and lightens it. And I've got my very special mixing tool here. As you can see, it's a lovely high quality popsicle stick that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And you can get these at the Dollar Tree as well. It's a tiny little cocktail spoon. I picked up a package of these a while ago, and I'm going to use this to scoop out my pigment, put it in the jar, and then we'll be good to go. Now there is surprising little information on the back of this as far as the use. I mean, it doesn't even talk about like shaking it or anything like that. Just do not mix with paint, and then how to apply it. And that's it. So thicker the glaze, the better, but it doesn't give you any information on mixing. I couldn't find videos on mixing. I was at a loss. So hopefully this tutorial is what everybody out there needs to get started using this stuff. Look at this Pearl X. It's just, ooh, so pretty. Look at this pearl pink. It's going to be really pretty on that. Now let's fill this up a little bit. And I think this is going to be way more than enough glaze to do this piece. You want to mix enough. What do we think? I think it went all bubblegummy on me again. This stuff is thick. You know what? I'm going to mix up enough to fill the jar because I want to make sure I have more than enough. And we are putting a heck of a lot more pigment in that. Let's tint it. Going crazy here, guys. Go big or go home. Oh, get in there. Oh, look how pretty. They do sell these pigments as individual colors. You do not have to buy a kit. It's a lot cheaper that way. But I thought if I like this, I'm going to want to do it more, so I bought the kit. I'm always that way. It's like, I might as well get it as long as I'm here. Plus, I don't get to the art store very often. I went a little crazy on that trip. Gotta mix it a lot more. I will bring you back when I'm done mixing. How's that? Okay, I went ahead and I just used tap water or bottled water here to thin this out because I don't have a sink in here. I thinned it out a great deal. It's still really thick. I think I'm used to glazes being a lot thinner than that. So since it's water-based, I used water to thin it, and I am going to use just a little bit more. One of the things I found really distressing about this product was there's no videos online on this. There's nothing. The Modern Masters video that I found was for an older product. It was a very 1990s video, and it wasn't even the same product. Modern Masters, you need to get on that because this is nerve-wracking. I mean, I love trying new products, but usually there's some sort of direction for you or some kind of, hey, mix it like this, or don't do that, or caution. The only thing it says is don't mix it with paint. Okay, and beyond that, you're on your own. I like that better. That's better. Okay, the only other advice that I was given was that this needs to be over a sealed surface, so you do not want to put this over a matte or a chalk finish. It will soak into that, so I have put a coat of clear over this entire piece. I extra cleared this. I want to make sure I get the glaze in the details here. I want to bring out the details there, the details here, and the details in here as well. So the rest of it's pretty plain, but that's basically what we're going to be focusing on. So I've got my clear glaze. Yay, guys, here we go. There's no dress rehearsal. It's just going in. And I don't know that it's dark enough. Is it dark enough? I'm adding what's left of the flamingo pink. I want it dark. This is too close to this color, I think. So we're gonna get some purple, hang on. And this is the kit that I bought, and it's a good thing too, because I'm gonna need some extra colors in here for sure. Okay, we got purple now. We're very happy now. Let's see how this works. Oh, there we go, we can see that. Just need to see it. When you blend paint, you kind of do this. And then you don't get the straight lines. It's just a figure 8 pattern. Everybody can do a figure 8 pattern. All right, here's a close-up of the mottled look that we're getting from the glaze. Now down here is the bubblegum pink color of the original, and then this is the feel that we're getting with the glaze, and it's gorgeous. I like it. It's a different look. It's not all solid color. It just gives it just a different look of that layered color. So just a tiny little bit of color, but just enough to make it look really cool. So then once we're done with this, we will have to clear coat the whole thing, but I'm going to finish and I'm going to do the mottled glaze over the entire piece. So now what I figured out is that if I wet the brush, I can move this around and kind of change it into a modeling pattern that I like. So that's what I've been doing, is playing with the pattern up here. Now I'm gonna tackle these doors here with a little wet brush action. Let me show you what I've got going on here. So I've got my brush and it's wet, and you can see it automatically starts moving the glaze around, and I kind of want to get it so it's darker on the edge and a little lighter in the middle. See, it's kind of taking out the harsh lines and making it more of a softer look to the whole thing. So I'm going to keep doing that all the way around the project. It's dry now. The actual piece is completely dry. It's completely done. And it's so pretty, guys. Now you might be wondering, like, why mix your own glaze? Because I wanted to have the flexibility of making my own colors. Unfortunately, like where I can get glazes where I am, it's a lot of aged glazes and a lot of metallic glazes and darker glazes. And on a piece like I just finished, I wanted it to be more subtle. So I just wanted the piece to look like it had some movement in the paint, so it wasn't just a flat paint. And to do that, I needed a color that was closer. So A, it saves me money because it's just the tiny little pots that I buy of glaze. Let me show you. So this tiny little pot of glaze is $5. And then I'm stuck with just this color. You know, I struggled with that because I bought 3 glazes the day that I picked this up. It was $15, and none of them would work for this project, and none of them would work for what I wanted to do, which was that mottled effect across the entire piece. So this worked out great. The Modern Masters Tintable Glazes. My only tip then is, you saw, if you watched the video, make sure that your contrasting color or your color is darker than you anticipated, because the one color was just too close. It was too close, and I wanted it to be very mottled, very subtle effect on that piece, and I'm just so happy with it. What's going on back here? Well, you have to subscribe to the channel because that's another project. Wait till you see this one come together. Wait till you see the before and after. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Click the link below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. I love talking to you guys. Some of you guys have given me some great ideas for new products to try, which I'm all about trying new products. So if you guys have something you want me to try out to see if it works, please comment below. I'll be more than happy to take a look and see if it's something that I want to investigate. And some of you have given me tips and tricks for doing things different or better, and I appreciate it. Always be respectful, though. If you start out your comment with, "You're an idiot, this is what you should have done," I'm probably just gonna ignore you. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you haven't yet gotten your Happy Junkin or Junkin Buddy t-shirts, of course, we also have our You Had Me at Junkin and Super Junker shirts too. It supports me, it supports this channel, helps me pay for the products that I try for you guys. And as always, happy Junkin. Bye.
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin videos.